something that I haven't been used to in my career. I've been always super uptight about just like game plans and preparation, but being around guys that can do both was really helpful for me and my mental. And I know for a lot of guys it's able to, this is a big deal, but we have other things going on in our lives. There's other important things going on, but as long as we stay locked in the game plan, we can trust our work ethic.
Got to ask about the nickname, Dawson Baker, Shotmaker. Where did that come from? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I actually came back when I was at UC Irvine. We played San Diego State, and it was the year they went to the Final Four. And we played them at their place, and I had a go-ahead bucket, and it was on ESPN. And Scott Van Pelt said it, Dawson Baker, Shotmaker. And so this year, just going along in practice and stuff, Nate Austin kind of brought it up, and everyone kind of had a kick and giggle with it because there's so many versatility with it. You can go many ways with it. And so they've kind of been joking with that. And so I probably got the most nicknames on the team for sure.
When SVP says it kind of has to stick, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You kind of have interesting injury history, right? Last year didn't play a ton. This year it's kind of gone here and there. Tell me about. You talked about kind of the sweetness of being in this moment, but to have overcome the injuries you have and dealt with what you have. How does it compare?
Yeah, it's been a very unique situation for me because I know in my last couple of years I've had more injuries than I had my whole career, and so it was very foreign territory for me. It made this year very sweet, just knowing how far we advanced and the amazing things that we've done. I always wanted to be a part of a historic, season for BYU and be a part of that legacy. And so it's been super rewarding to know that all those long nights and stressful, moments and all those surgeries I had to go through and all that pain and suffering, it leads me to a moment like this to be around these guys. So it makes it a lot worth it.
And then after VCU, you had the hot tub adventure with the band. That's still so funny to me. But anything like that after Wisconsin, or was it more par for the course?
We had to get back to Provo pretty quick, so we went straight there, went to the hotel for 30 minutes, showered, packed, and then went straight to the hotel. But it was cool just being there was a lot of people at the hotel, close family, see my wife and stuff like that, being able to just embrace that moment with them and realize the cool stuff that we were doing was awesome. But it was too quick to get in the band back in the hot tub, but that was a cool moment. That was fun.
That's sweet, man.
Okay, appreciate it.
Appreciate it, dog.
Yep.
Do you have any idea that your social media team could kind of plug the camera in there or anything like that?
No idea. I was sitting there by myself, and apparently they put one of those small little GoPro ones tucked in the corner, so I had no idea. I actually told this earlier, but I was like, that's just how I watch Laker playoff games, That's just something that I get into the game, ecstatic about that. I know it was one that we all really wanted to win, me especially, just being so involved in this series and stuff. So it's just, I'm happy we won the game, got to see the guys back in the locker room.
How tough is that moment? Having to watch it from backstage, from the locker room.
Yeah,
when your guys pull through like that, what was kind of the dichotomy, I guess?
Yeah, I guess my first thought was man, I'm not gonna be able to celebrate with the guys on the court going to the Sweet 16. Are you kidding me? I was kind of bummed out about that, and so that made it really hard. But then you shift pretty quick to just I hope we win this game. I want to do something that hasn't been done in a long time at BYU, and so once you win, you kind of look past all that stuff, and you're just excited about seeing the guys and winning, and so yeah.
To get here to the Sweet 16, you were here last year, at the end of last year. It felt like the program was kind of in a little bit of chaos, for lack of a better word. Coach leave, guys are thinking, flirting with the portal, that sort of thing. I don't know how much you kind of flirted with it at all. And then Coach Young came in here, and it felt like he really kind of steadied the ship.
Yeah.
Could you have imagined at that moment when Coach Young came in here that you'd be standing here in New Jersey, Sweet 16 and all that?
Yeah, I think a lot of us hope so. And I think a lot of guys stayed for that reason. I didn't think a lot of guys stayed thinking, oh man, we're not going to perform in March. But you obviously have those thoughts of it's his first year. There's going to be some a little buffering period where he's learning and changing. But I think a lot of us kind of expected how good of a team we had and a lot of returners because of Coach Young coming back, and so I think we expected to be back where we were the previous year.
Is that kind of what kept you coming back? Or
yeah, for sure. I think so. I think not only just me, but Dallin, Richie, Trevin, all those guys that came back. I think we knew there was something special within that group, and the coaching staff would notice that right away. I wanted to keep those guys, and it felt very smooth transition from Pope to Coach Young because he just emphasized pretty similar things and was really upfront about keeping the same core. And so I think that kept us pretty comfortable about what was coming the next year.
straight out of the mouths of Dawson Baker, Shotmaker, two doing a big game. Are you guys ready for a shootout in this game? Because two pretty good offensive teams going in BYU and Alabama.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what a lot of our strengths are, and we perform well against that kind of opponents. And so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a game that's, I think, very new for college basketball. I mean, you usually see slower, more methodical games, but this is going to be a more advanced college basketball game, and so it's going to be cool to see.